Records, George Michael, anything.
That's my boy!
Wimp.
I don't know why, but something is wrong.
Rule Britannia.
The TV is crazy and the truth has gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to fun.
Communism is king.
It's on your news. Even your neighbor has been here. You can see it on YouTube. It's time to shine a light on all the things they don't want you. Tom Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next.
Commander War. Don't be a cunt.
I'm having such a good time.
Kill everyone on the bridge.
Having a ball.
Fuck you, Mr. Rascal.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist.
That's for B4.
What can I do? People know the truth.
Shut the fuck up.
What's true? That's why we gotta shine a light, shine a light, shine a light. We gotta shine a light, oh yeah, together forever. Yeah. Tom Generation Next, oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next, yeah. Tom Generation Next, the Unity Channel, Zero News and now. Tom Generation Next, it's gonna shine a light with you. Generation X.
Hi guys, Tom Fury, Zero News. Sorry if there's anything you notice anything different about me today. I am not wearing my glasses. So, Christmas. I wanted to give you a Christmas message today, but I did also want to say sorry that I haven't done the video about YouTube's accessibility to the AI fake adverts yet. I'll be honest with you, I've been building my own AI, and last night I started to figure out a lot of things about how to achieve that and how to make it something you can't get online. And it was so eye-opening that it's a bit like programming. You run with it when you've got that level of understanding. So it sort of dragged me away from the task a little bit, but I am going to get it done. But I wanted to, and because I've got so much to do, I wanted to sort of wish everybody well and give you a quick Christmas sort of message before Christmas this time. So whether you are, and I want to just say anything I say is, as always, I'm submitting to you for your review. It's not that I'm saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm submitting stuff for you to decide for yourself. But this is for everybody, I suppose. That, yeah, this is for everybody on our side, I suppose. It's what you, whether you choose to take something out of it or not is up to you. But I just think we all need to, let's put it this way: if you're in a protected area and you feel like some of the stuff I talk about is not coming to you, even if that's indirectly true. Sorry, even if that's directly true, indirectly, if the country changes, things like money and stuff like that in your areas will change anyway. So, with that said, I said 2025 was going to be the year of blood. I said it in around September of October 2024, and I made my opinion very, very clear on this. I wish I could say this is a prime example of my ability to read future probabilities, but in this case, I felt, at least, it was like stating the obvious. I felt there was no other probability this year. It was going to be a year like 2015, 2016. And I was right. I've not been shocked by this year. If I had any surprises over this year so far, it's that, to put the icing on the cake, there hasn't been some huge attack that has crippled people like 9/11 but slightly smaller. But the year's not over. Is this a Christmas message? I hear you cry. This is supposed to be uplifting. Well, you need to ride the roller coaster to find out. The truth is, my constant analysis tells me we are losing this war. The primary culprit is what it's always been: apathy. Things are changing, but not quickly enough. We might end up in civil war overnight. The year of blood in 2025, probably the most prominent year since 2015, 2016, which I also referenced in my prediction in 2024. We may have civil unrest and slowly fall into decay. We may have brainwashing that makes people take the blue pill. The end result will be the same no matter how we get there. It always is. With things like communism or any of these things, tyranny, it always ends up the same way no matter how you get there. Well, we must always fight our friendship, and offer friendship and hope. We must also realise that things are on a tightrope. Every second could feasibly be the last one that your life takes the shape that it does today as a free capitalist. So with that in mind, I submit to you that if you're getting together as a family this year, if you like to live in peace, if these moments mean something to you, and sometimes even if they don't, take some extra time this year. If you're alone, enjoy the stillness. If you're with your family and friends, take an extra moment. Look at them. An environment of safety and family. Appreciate them. Take the time to appreciate and notice things. Because on a knife edge we live. Our society may carry on for years, or it could collapse tomorrow. Act as though the sun is setting on the west, which it probably is. Take a glass of wine, and between the fights, remember to live a life. You owe it to yourself to give your best life, as well as your best fight. People not only fought for our right for freedom, the future generations not only need to see that we fought, but they need to see that we prioritized family, time, our time together in the moment. These things must not get lost. We owe it because for a while, we may be one of the last generations who have enjoyed relative peacefulness and wealth, which future generations are already losing. And I point to the house mortgage prices just as one example of something once normal, property, that is now unaffordable to most. So I truly think we owe it to the generations to come, not only to fight, but to make the most, to lead by example, to show family first is not just a phrase, to put friends right up there as well, actually, to show some community in spite of how things are and how, in spite of how they try to divide us, to make yours and others' lives around you a bit more pleasant, safe and fun than it normally is. We can at least do that for each other, which by proxy means we're doing it for ourselves as well. This is therapy I think we all need. We need to go back just a little and appreciate what's left of what we have while we have it, and continue to count and point out every single thing that gets taken away, so future generations know exactly what it is they're fighting for. Not just the politics, but the life. Win or lose, we can be of assistance to those that follow, and we can be of use to ourselves and those that live in our lives right now, rather than being all in the movement, all out, all politics, all not. Don't be an asshole and put everything into the movement and nothing into your home life. Let go of all the shit politics just for a little while. Take a break. Put family and friends first. Even chatting with a stranger. Don't let people's Christmas stress get you down either. And make sure your own escape from the madness that's going on. Make sure you have that. And again, I'm only submitting this to you, but remember it. If you feel apathy, remember every time could be the last. But it also makes it beautiful from a certain point of view. Remember, hope is a feeling. Hope can't be destroyed while people carry that feeling. Even in hopeless situations, hope remains waiting, patient, until it can be released into actual use, actualization. So Merry Christmas, my friends, to you, to your families, to whoever else who is important to you. Enjoy your time with your children. Even enjoy the petty arguments you may find yourself having with certain members of the family as they get on your nerves. It might come a day when you miss them. My schedule on screen will be light but consistent over Christmas. I will be working on to get the videos done like I said that I would be. And I'll be working on some other stuff in the background as well that I mentioned. But seriously, Merry Christmas everyone. 2026 is a crossroads. Either Starmer goes or we plunge into hell. So this one I can't read so well because many things hinge on that. Not everything, but many things do. So it's a crossroads year. But I honestly don't expect the attacks to calm. In fact, I'm waiting for the Christmas acceleration, and 2026 could be the first year that we start saying, after a decade of this now, let's compare years, which one was worse? Almost like a bloody pop quiz rather than a cultural emergency that should be being treated as. So in all seriousness, the sun could be setting on the west. Give people something to fight for, not just the fight itself, but the memories, the family albums, give them Christmases to remember. Don't give up on it. Because many people do. We don't eat around a table anymore. A lot of people have lost a lot of tradition. And those traditions brought good results. And don't let people forget what we're fighting for. Because future generations are being taught completely differently. They're being taught that Christmas is very different from what it actually is. They've been taught to hate it. They've been taught to embrace other cultures and hate their own. Show them what they're missing. Show them what's great about Christmas. Show them what's great about giving a shit about friends and family. Show them what it means. Lead by example. And so I genuinely wish everybody the best this Christmas, whether you're religious, whether you're not religious. It means nothing to me. What matters to me is good person, bad person. And I really wish you all the best. I wish I'd shaved for today. So, let me see. Hello, mate, I like the beard. I thought you might do Stefan. Captain. Hey, Captain. Great to see you, buddy. Oh, I think that is a parcel for me, actually. 1 second. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Thank you. Oh, shit. Right, what parcel is that one? That one is a bunch of power banks I've got for next year. The power banks are a bit like this one, where instead of having a big heavy power bank where the cable hanging out of it just goes in the end of the phone, through port with a microphone in, you just swap them over. They're about 9,000 milliamp hours per power bank, and I've got 5 of them now. So, and they were cheap, super cheap. So, like I said, you've been buying things big and small, for podcasts and for other things. So, the good thing I said to you, I'm trying to get things for the podcast that aren't just podcast, and I'm always using power banks, so it's a good thing. So yeah, that is my Christmas message to people. I didn't want to make it too specific. I just think people need to realize, especially if you're in a protected spot, like I was in a protected spot, and now it's not. And it's completely changed in 4 years. And I've got video evidence of that. I took people every summer and showed them how where I am now has been taken into a national park. And since then, how certain people have taken over. And even if they hadn't, the supply of things like allow meat, and that will be in your area. And if the culture changes from places like London and the cities, then it will get to you, no matter where you are. It started with the cities because they made the most sense and where the most money was. But now they're beginning to feed to different capillaries around the country. So when I say enjoy this like it might be your last, well, that's not me trying to frighten anybody. It's me trying to say it might be that we've got another 25 years and we're fine. But I believe our way of life is on its way out unless someone can stop that. I don't even think that's I know some people will think this, the TV license payers, but I don't even think that's particularly conspiracy or even breaking news. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that at the moment on the trajectory we're on, our culture's screwed. So if that is the case, and I don't see the apathy being broken, people do need to make the most of what they've got right now. The most of the freedom they got, the freedom to game, the freedom to make videos like I've got, the freedom to spend time with the people they love, and the freedom to not be drafted into wars that you didn't ask to fight. And again, it's different if you're fighting for your country. I get that. Against foreign invaders, that's not what's happening here. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things in the world, but it doesn't mean that you have to take it on your shoulders all the time. So some people don't give a shit anyway, but some people will take it on their shoulders like I have done in the past. You take it through Christmas. No, don't. Because you're missing the point if you do that. Cut yourself off from all that. Realise that it's okay to take a day off of giving a shit about the rest of the world. Because your family need you. Because your friends need you. And because you need it. If you're just all about this and not about life, then you're fighting this for nothing. It doesn't make you a hero. It makes you actually a bit blind, and blind to the effects that doing that could have on you. That could, again and again, if you've got kids and things like that, they're missing out. So, remember to take the time out. Christmas is the perfect time to do that. So, and again, I'm only submitting this to you. And again, if you're in a comfortable position and you think this stuff isn't coming for you, and there aren't so many people that think that these days. Most of the ones that do are usually got quite a lot of money and they're living in the right estates. But it's coming. It's coming. It won't be you that actually it ends up happening to. It'll be your daughters. That's the problem. And you won't find out about it until it's too late. Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. But remember, rich people, daughters tend to rebel. And a lot of them tend to rebel with the worst types they can find, not realising just how bad those types are. Well, that's what you need to watch out with your daughters, especially if you're in Manchester, especially if you're in certain places, London, anywhere like that. Kids from the age, and remember, because of the ideology, kids from the age of 9 upwards, yeah? So the age limits, the ages you might be thinking about aren't the age limits these people are thinking about. You need to adjust your thinking to 8th century thinking, and then you have an idea of what you need to protect. And I'm only saying this, not to scare. If you take the appropriate precautions to protect your children, there's no reason why any of this should ever happen. Mostly. So, yeah, so I do wish you all a genuine Merry Christmas. And I am working, like I say, I am going to make that YouTube video. I just got so behind. The AI I'm making at the moment, I'm going to say making, let me be clear. I program my own deep face model. And that kind of wore me out because the GUI on it is shit because it's meant for me to use and nobody else. But I'm always scared of showing it because people have stolen from me before. I don't know if it's hard to program AI or not, as in from the ground up. I've never tried, but I imagine now it's beyond my capabilities. I'm not a specialist anymore, and I can't imagine where to start with AI. I may find it's easier than I think. There may be a bunch of set stuff that people do. Either way, I don't want to get into it. So much time. Programming probably, of all the jobs I've done, takes the most time. I think back when I was doing it, the average programmer wrote 8 lines of code a day, and the rest of the time was spent debugging. That was an average. What actually used to happen is you used to spend 3 or 4 days writing code, and then you'd have to go and debug it for the next 3 or 4 weeks. But things have changed. So what I'm doing at the moment is more like modularizing it and taking files and making it offline, taking one engine from one AI and then one, I don't want to say too much because it's also not totally legal, but I'm using bits and pieces from different AIs to create one, and I'm giving it the things that they can't. But most of that is the way that I'm talking to it, which is through a logic gate, and the rest of it is simply about taking configuration files and also creating some things manually that I know that it will need for a long-term memory, and it's working really well. So, and that's just in 2 days. It thinks, but we'll see. But I do think if we keep processing the information the way we are, in a year's time I may have actually created the perfect assistant. So bollocks to all these AI companies. They ain't getting a penny out of me, because if I end up building a better AI than them, it doesn't prove that I'm a better programmer, because I won't be programming. It proves that it's just how much AI is being held back. So let's see where that goes. But I'm expecting good results very quickly, based on what I've seen in the last couple of days. Don't get me wrong, it has taken me away from making that YouTube video. I was going to try and do both, and it really had me, you know, when I haven't done this for a while, but you know when you lose hours in a game, or you lose hours making a video. This was the same. I just lost hours just focusing, because it was like programming, because every time I was asking it to, in the set files, every time I was asking it to do a bunch of things, I wasn't considering the consequences of asking the questions in the way that I'd ask them, which is very much like programming, in as much as you'll put a line in, maybe get it to store a variable, and then later on you won't realize how that variable may affect other things, and how it may set up something to happen later on, which means you've got to roll back, maybe either reset that variable or reset that variable in a different way in a different part of the program. There's all these things that can happen. This is very much the same. It may ask you to do something that seems helpful, but the way you phrase it, where you put it, actually may make it not feasible. So it's very much like using normal English, but it's not. It's like using a programming language, because you're having to butcher that English up and put it in the right chronological order in order to get it to do the things you need it to do. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's difficult, but I think it's going to be worth it, just based on the results I've got so far. All right. Anyway, I've only got a couple of comments, so I presume we're not talking. Although today really was a Christmas message. I really shouldn't have put anything on the end of it, but it's just a Christmas message, because on Christmas Day, if I go live, I'm not going to be saying Merry Christmas and all the rest of it, everybody, because I've already said it. I mean, I might do it in the chat, but I've already said it today in this message today. This is really my Christmas message. So, and partly because I wanted to say it, and partly because I want on Christmas Day, and that if I film, I've got some ideas about what I'm going to film, and I'm going to get straight into doing them. So I just wanted to wish you all, wherever you are around the world, the girls in Australia, 43 degrees at the moment, all the people over here that I've met, Captain, Stefan, Vindicator, all those people, Dave, Steve, Merry Christmas to all of you guys, and I really wish you all the best. You, Anna, everybody. I know I'm going to forget people. I always do. Danny Roscoe, Jupiter, everybody. I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas. I'm going to call this one quits here so I don't start going off on another subject on this podcast, on this message. So I will maybe come back a little bit later on. Thanks, guys, for coming on. I'll catch you soon. See if we can play it.
Father, please, you can have my Led Zeppelin records, George Michael, anything.
That's my boy!
Wimp.
I don't know why, but something is wrong.
Rule Britannia.
The TV is crazy and the truth has gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to fun.
Communism is king.
It's on your news. Even your neighbor has been here. You can see it on YouTube. It's time to shine a light on all the things they don't want you. Top Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Top Generation Next.
Commander War. Don't be a cunt.
I'm having such a good time.
Kill everyone on the bridge.
Having a ball.
Fuck you, Mr. Roscoe.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist.
That's for people.
What can I do? People know the truth.
Shut the fuck up.